In my day job, I work with a ton of small businesses. And one of the things that I do for these small businesses is advertise them from my tourism department on various social media platforms. I work with advertisers, and I do a lot of different things that helps get them out to the public. But one of the things I notice is when I'm trying to borrow assets from them is they're not always doing their social media in the right ways to be most effective. So today I want to talk about 5 things that I notice very frequently with lots of small businesses that can easily be fixed or changed to make their social media presence better. The best part is you can utilize all these tips as well because they're very easy to implement and you can start doing them today. So this first one's probably not going to apply to everybody out there. However, if you are a business or venue that has some type of event, this can be music events, karaoke, singos, it could be something special you're doing. So for me, I run a small bookstore, so I might be having a book sale or something to that extent. One thing that I noticed that a lot of these small businesses are not doing is taking photos at those events. Especially if you're a venue that does lots of music or other types of entertainment, if you don't have photos showcasing people having fun and doing things like buying drinks or being involved with the entertainment in some way, it's really hard for prospects to be able to visualize themselves in that scenario. Now let's talk about a posting schedule. I made a whole video on content calendar planning, so if you want to watch that, be sure to check it out either right now and come back or watch it after this video. But another big thing that I see lots of businesses failing at is regularly posting on social media. Having a social page is great because people can find out your contact information, your hours of operation, and various things like that. But if you're not actively posting and engaging, you're missing out on a lot of opportunities to connect with new audience members or just kind of rekindle that spark with your current audience. I try to aim for at least 2 to 3 posts a week, if not more, but honestly, 2 to 3 posts is a great sweet spot for a lot of you that either don't have time or really want to deal with it. You can even take a whole bunch of photos and videos up front and schedule those out for the course of the month. So all you got to do is really just monitor comments or put up last moment things. But the more active you can be, generally, is going to be great for you, especially if you're dealing with businesses that are relative to tourism and getting those visitors in. They want to see you being active. They want to see what you have, what's going on, what they can expect when they come there. So even something as simple as just taking a photo of a particular product for today that you want to push. Maybe it's a new dish you have coming out if you're at a restaurant. Putting those things out there are fantastic ways to market your business consecutively and concisely. And that kind of helps me segue into topic number 3, which is stop shooting vertical. At least stop shooting vertical all the time, only vertical. Working in the tourism department that I work in, I work with a ton of advertisers. We still do a lot of traditional print advertising. And the majority of the time, the photos they're seeking in those advertisements are horizontal photos. So if I reach out to a particular business, in fact, this did happen to me more times than once, looking for certain photos and all I can send the advertiser is vertical shots, sometimes they chose not to even go with that particular business at all, even though we only had one of those assets in town because they didn't have any horizontal photos. And if you're still feeling a little skeptical, the best case scenario, shoot it horizontally, flip your phone, and then get a vertical shot too, so you at least have one of each. Now moving on to topic number 4, stop sharing the same pictures over and over and over again. Take a new one here and there. Let's say you have a reoccurring monthly trivia night. Maybe that even happens twice in a month. If you're sharing the same trivia photo over and over and over again, sometimes what could happen is people are scrolling through and they see that flyer or that particular photo. They may not pay attention to the date and be like, oh, that was last week's. I won't even bother looking at it. They'll keep going and they won't come to the next one. And it kind of ties back with topic number 1 of taking photos at your events. If you had a really crazy trivia night where lots of people showed up, there was lots of excitement, and you captured some of those photos and you used those to promote the upcoming events, and each time you get new photos of new people, new winners, or what have you, 1, it's giving you more content to put on your social media, but 2, it's keeping everything fresh and new, which is hopefully going to help your engagement, your sharing, your commenting, and more people ultimately coming to your business. And the last one that I want to end on today is taking high quality photos, and I cannot stress this enough. As good as technology is today, there should be no reason whatsoever that we're taking blurry, or just really bad photos. There's a few things that can alter that, and one of the easiest things you can do as soon as you take your phone out to take a photo, make sure that your lenses are free of any fingerprints or dust or anything else. Most of the time you can safely wipe it off with your shirt just to make sure that the lenses are clear. A microfiber cloth is probably preferred here, but that's going to help eliminate some of the issues of this kind of hazy look. Especially if you're in a restaurant, you don't really want that hazy, dirty look. And if you're a chef or a cook and you got your greasy fingers on your phone, it's going to give that appearance. The next thing is to make sure that you have adequate lighting. Now, you don't have to go as far as to having some kind of crazy professional lighting setup. You could even use the light on your phone camera. You could use ambient light within the room, or you could even invest in a cheap little RGB pocket light that you could simply just put over the place. 9 times out of 10, natural light's going to be your best friend because it's going to be very flattering. It's going to be a little bit softer, and it's just going to give a nice look to your images. The important thing here is just to take your time. It takes just a few seconds to really compose a nice image, pay attention to what's in the frame, make sure that it's well lit, and then just kind of review it before you go and post it online. Remember, what you put out there, these photos, are a direct reflection of you and your brand's image. So if you're putting out poor quality photos, that can lead customers to think that you might have poor quality products. And especially in the food industry, that's not what you want to do. But if you did find some of these tips helpful, be sure to check out my digital marketing playlist where I have a bunch of other videos on social media strategy, content, trends, planning, and a plethora of other things. And if you want to stay up to date with more content as I dish that out over the coming weeks, be sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of that. But let me know in the comment section below about some areas that maybe you struggle with or have before, and we'll talk about some ways that we can improve on those strategies so you could see better results through your social media for your business. But hope you enjoyed today's video, and as always, be sure to create something new today.